Hi, I'm Jessica from Jessica Wanders, and this is the last in my series of Wander, Harvest, Cook videos where I wander around my garden, I harvest some vegetables, and then I make some meals out of them or preserve them. But that's it for vegetables in the garden for this year because that's all of it. So in this video, I'm going to harvest Brussels sprouts, carrots, and ground cherries, and we'll see what we can make with it. So don't forget to hit the like button if you enjoy the video and subscribe to see more videos from me. So let's get harvesting and then cooking. Thanks, guys. My Brussels sprouts are doing fine. They don't mind a little bit of frost. And so I'm gonna harvest these as well. Some of them are a little yucky, but got some big ones. I'm going to harvest all of these lovely Brussels sprouts. Some of them look really gorgeous, actually. They did really well this year. I took all of the Brussels sprouts that we picked and I cleaned off the outer leaves, and now I'm going to steam them so that I can freeze them. I did eat some, but these are the Brussels sprouts that I am putting in the freezer and saving for probably Christmas. So we did have a few grapes that survived this year. They don't mind a little bit of frost before we pick them. I'll use them for something. Well, I'm out in the garden. Everything is pretty much done for the season. Things are either dead or kind of on their way to being dead. The big deal, there's like a couple of multiplier onions too that I can take out of the ground, but the big deal is the carrots. We have been covering them for the past couple of mornings or nights because the frost has been so hard. But we're gonna uncover them and pull all of these carrots. So here's the row of carrots. We probably should have had them out earlier, but they last the longest and we were pretty busy, so we just kept leaving them. But we're gonna get them out, take a look at them, see how they did. There we go, carrots. We did end up getting over 40 pounds of carrots out of that patch in the garden. Occasionally I get these yellow carrots because one time I planted rainbow carrots and I saved seeds. So sometimes I get yellow carrots. I'm going to take some of these carrots and I am going to make what's called a sunshine salad, I guess. It's with sometimes lemon jello, but I've got orange, so that's what I'm going to use. And crushed pineapple, a little bit of lemon juice, and then hot water and ice water I don't have a jello mold, but I'm just gonna make it in the bowl. I only need 2 cups of grated carrots for this recipe, but I'm probably gonna do up this whole bag and then freeze some grated carrots. It's great to throw in chili or soup or to make sunshine salad again. So I'm gonna do this whole bag, but I'm only gonna use 2 cups for the recipe. I should say that you can't use fresh pineapple. It has to be canned pineapple or the jello won't set. So don't try and use it fresh pineapple for the recipe. Just washing up the last of this 1 bag of carrots. I've got several more bags to go, but these are these ones. We're gonna grate them up in the food processor and see how many we get. I need 2 cups for the recipe and the rest I'll just freeze. This is about half of the carrots that I've done so far. I'm gonna take out 2 cups and keep going. I'm putting it on the really, really fine grater. I don't know how it's gonna be. Oh, I got some of that yellow carrot in there. That's cool. So that's 2 cups of shredded carrot. That made short work of all the rest of that bag of carrots. I'm going to measure them out and put them into 2 cup bags, like each bag 2 cups. As always, I will put a link to this food food processor in the description below if you're interested, and take a look. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I've had it for quite a while, maybe a year, 2 years, 2 years maybe. And I really like it. It's makes short work of all of my big chores. Got two 2-cup packages of carrots that I'm going to throw in the freezer. I still have this amount of carrots left over. I'm going to make another kind of salad. So I don't have very much carrot left. I've got probably like 1 1/3 cup or 1 1/4 cups of carrots. What you need for this is some honey, mayonnaise, raisins, lemon juice, and probably just a little bit of water to thin it out. Maybe just like a tablespoon of mayonnaise, tablespoon and a bit-ish. Yeah, I should be mixing up the the dressing first. I'm gonna add maybe a teaspoon of honey to that. You can use anything. You can use maple syrup. You can use sugar, any kind of sweetener you want to use. A little bit of lemon juice. I'm gonna try like a teaspoon, see how it goes, and just a little bit of water too. And I'm gonna add about 1/3 cup of raisins. If I had an apple, like a fresh apple, then I would add that in there. I just don't have one right at this moment. But I do like lots of raisins. I think maybe I could have added twice the amount of dressing. So I'm gonna make a little bit more and add it in. All right, now it's starting to look a little bit better. There we go. Nice little carrot raisin salad to go with lunch. Honestly, I love carrot season. There's so many fun salad recipes, so that's exciting. Also, I got these great covers. They fit a bunch of different sizes. Well, I have this pink one too, but like there's a whole bunch of different sizes for your different size of bowls, and they're so much handier than trying to put saran wrap on top of everything. I use them all the time, plus they're smiley. Anyway, I never thought of it, but I'll leave a link in the description below to these covers because they're so handy, and I love them, and I use them all the time, and I gave them to all some of my kids for Christmas, and they like them too. So yeah, neat stuff. Honestly, I just couldn't wait for dinner, so I had some of this for lunch. It's really yummy. I like it. I like carrot season. It's like the sweetest vegetable, right? It has the most sugar in it or something. That's why kids love eating carrots so much. Anyway, I like it. I love this salad, carrot raisin salad. So this jelly is starting to set up. I am going to fold in all these carrots. Oh, it smells really good with the carrot and the pineapple. Oh, the pineapple smells so good. I love this salad. It reminds me of all my family, or my grandparents or something. It's just, the smell is so familiar with pineapples and carrots and Jell-O. Yep, so much familiar with this. I'm sure it would look way nicer if I had a Jell-O mold and I could put it in the Jell-O mold and then, you know, put it on a beautiful plate or something, but I'm not gonna do that. There it is. Back in the fridge it goes. This is my dinner. I've got leftover chicken. I've got broccoli cheddar sidekicks and some carrots from the garden, and I'm gonna add a big scoop of this carrot pineapple jellied salad, if it holds together. There we go. Oh, I'm so excited actually. You know, I didn't really plan to have everything on my plate be orange. Let's just try this. That is exactly how I remember it. I have this and 2 more large containers of these Aunt Molly's Ground Cherries, they're called. The best ones are, I mean, the yellower they are, the sweeter they are. They come in these kind of papery wrappers, and you have to take them out of here. I'll show you. So you find kind of like, even they start to look a little bit see-through. Oh, you can see that when you open them up, they're nice and yellow. And those are the sweetest ones. They're very, very yellow. Get out of here. Very, very yellow. Some of them are green and they don't taste, they taste kind of sour. They're not as good. No, I will not keep these green ones because they're not really ripening much further than this anyways. I'm gonna go through, I'm gonna toss the green ones, and I'm gonna pop out the yellow ones and save them. I'll probably just freeze them for now because I have so much else to do, but pop them out of their little shells and give them a wash and then freeze them up. I have this whole other box that I'm gonna go through. I think we weren't very selective when we were picking up these ones. There's a lot of green ones that I would have probably just left on the ground, but we kind of just gathered them all up. So it's a lot more to sort through right now, and it's not gonna be, you know, I'm not gonna get as many out of it. It's not gonna be as good a return, I guess, because we did pick up a lot of green ones too. So, you know, it was a mad panic at the end of the year. The second box of the Ground Cherries was honestly mostly green ones. I sent my husband out to pick up the Ground Cherries. You can see they're a little bit more green. I didn't get that many out of the second box. And there's even some that I maybe might take out of here that are a little too green. Honestly, you can tell right away, just a little bit green, and they taste, to me, anyways, just not very palatable. They're okay, they're just a little more strange tasting. But the really, really yellow ones are the ones you're looking for, and they're in the driest sort of cases. These are yummy. My husband still doesn't like them, but I love them. I think they're not easily commercialized, right? Because they require so much processing, and you've got to take them out of their little wrappers and everything, and you get a lot that aren't very good, and it takes a long time for them to ripen. So I love these heirloom fruits and vegetables that might be a little bit more difficult, but bring a new and different flavor to your jams or in your oatmeal, or just fun to grow. And it does grow really well. I still have one more huge box to go through. So this looks like actually a pretty good box. We'll see how many more I get out of here. Now, because I have these ground cherries growing everywhere in my garden, I am not going to put these green ones in the compost, or they will end up everywhere and they'll just be weeds. So I'm throwing them out in the garbage. I'm washing all the berries. I'm gonna drain them, let them dry, and then put them on like cookie sheets to freeze in the freezer before I store them in Ziploc bags. But first I'm gonna wash them. Before I put them all away, I think I'm gonna steal some is not a good way to scoop them. Steal, that's not a good way. I'm gonna steal some and cook them up kind of like a jam with sugar in a saucepan. That's about a cup. Just a little bit of water to keep it from sticking. And I'm gonna try about 1/3 of a cup of sugar. They can be sour. So I'll try that. See if it turns into a jam. I feel like these might be like cranberries. You know how when you cook cranberries, eventually they sort of split open like that? Maybe, we'll see. I think, yeah, they are kind of popping. Excellent, just like cranberries. So this is not a canning recipe. I'm just cooking some of this up to put in the fridge. So I'm gonna store it in this jar, and I've got this lid to put on it just to keep in the fridge. It's kind of got seeds like raspberry, and it kind of has a texture like the cranberries that sort of split open, right? But you know, you can add sugar to fruit in any sort of form, and it's super yummy. So there you go. Hopefully this thickens up. It's really hot right now, so it seemed like it was thick when I let it cool down. So there we go. That is ground cherry jam. There's the ground cherries drying before I put them in the freezer. I just wanted to say that normally I eat these in the garden, so we don't normally have this many day process. I've let a lot more plants, like I said, they pop up in our garden all over the place, and I kind of weed them out. But I let a lot more grow this year because our cherries didn't make any cherries, and our plums didn't make plums, and the apples that we got were very small. So I was trying to save these because I knew we weren't getting very much fruit. It was the heat wave, and we had a late frost, I think, on the cherries. It was just weird weather this year. So I thought, well, I better let the ground cherries go, or we're not going to have any fruit. So over the winter, I'm going to figure out what I can do with them. Do you think maybe can I make a pie? Would that be okay? Normally I make cherry pie, but obviously I don't have any cherries. So I'm going to experiment, see what I can do with them. And but right now they're going in the freezer. I'm just going to put a little bit of this muesli on top of my yogurt. Then I'm just going to try and add some of this. It's like jam. It did, get a little more solid like jam. There you go. Sweeten up my breakfast with ground cherry refrigerator jam. There you go. It's really pretty good. I mean, fruit with sugar is always pretty good, but thickened up nicely. Adds a nice little fruity jam flavor to my yogurt. I think that's where I'm gonna end the video. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. I'll leave links to the entire playlist of the Wander Harvest Cook series up here, and you can click my face to subscribe, hit the notification bell to be notified when I drop more videos, and check out the join button if you want to sponsor me, become a member, and there's a couple of little perks, so you can look at that too. So that's it for this video. So thanks guys.